Hey guys, welcome to another astrology reading. Today I'm doing an astrology reading for New Jeans member Minji. I'm not going to be talking about everything in her chart, only the energies that stand out to me. And please note this analysis is limited due to unknown birth time. So I calculated her chart for 12 p.m. and her moon is in 18 degrees of Sagittarius. The moon won't change signs for the day of her birthday, so we can be certain she is a Sag moon. A Sagittarius moon suggests that she's open-minded, optimistic in her emotional nature. However, her moon is conjunct to Pluto. Because we don't actually know the exact degree of her moon, we don't know how intense this contact is. Regardless, Pluto's influence on her moon would make her emotionally intense. It gives power, intensity, and depth to her emotional nature. Not only does she feel emotions on a very deep level, there's almost an emotional need for pain due to innate cravings for emotional stimulation. Emotional pain for her is a different experience for her than the average person. She can handle them because Pluto gives her endurance and resilience. She's also psychologically penetrating and would be able to sense underlying energies around her. It gives her sort of psychic abilities or a tendency to psychoanalyze others' emotions and motivations. This connection also can give her fears about being controlled or manipulated. There is a desire to protect herself. She can find emotional fulfillment by uncovering hidden secrets or understanding other people's emotional psyches. Especially with the moon and Pluto in Sagittarius, because Sagittarius is a sign that is concerned with acquiring knowledge and seeking truth. This conjunction can also show problematic relationships with the mother, some sort of pain related to a mother's absence or her nurture. It can even represent some sort of narcissistic behavior or abuse in the family or home life. Minji is probably secretive about her emotions. Her moon and Pluto are in a trine aspect to her Mercury. She could express herself well and be able to connect to others on an emotional level, but there's always going to be parts of herself that she keeps hidden. Her moon and Pluto are also in opposition to her Venus and Mars conjunction in Gemini. And Gemini is a sign that likes to talk. Communication and social interactions are important to her, especially in romance or romantic relationships. Gemini Venus loves information. This Venus shows that she likes to know a little bit about everything. She is also very youthful and playful in love. She's probably drawn to people that intellectually stimulate her, but her experiences in love may not always be able to satisfy her intense emotional needs with her moon and Pluto on the other side. She might struggle with the opposing energies between her need for emotional depth in love versus her need for intellectual connections. She might alternate between keeping things light and on the surface and experiencing intense passion to satisfy her emotional thirst for depth. But a level of intensity, passion, and strong infatuations are going to be themes in her relationships. Her Venus opposite to Pluto can bring patterns of possessiveness, obsession, control, and jealousy issues in relationships, either from her or her partners. There might be difficulties related to trust and boundaries as well. In general, this opposition gives her a magnetic pull and sense of danger that draws others to her. With her Venus conjunct Mars, there is a natural blending of feminine and masculine energies. It's also a combination that makes her very charismatic. Mars adds fire, energy, and assertion to her love style. It's possible that she might need partners that are more receptive and sensitive in order to complement her energies. It's also easy for her to take action or act on her ideas and desires because the energy of going after what she wants is in alignment with her values and pleasures. Also, her Venus is sextile to Mercury, which gives her grace and charm to the way she communicates and expresses herself. Venus's influence softens her inclinations for blunt and direct communication with her Mercury in Aries. This adds a level of need for harmony in her social interactions, but still, she is assertive in her communication and probably says things as they are, especially with her close friends. Your Taurus sun makes you grounded, practical, and patient. Taurus is a sensual sign concerned with building stability and achieving comfort. The fact that her sun conjuncts her north node here shows that her identity and self-expression is aligned with her life's purpose and her path. Her north node shows that her journey revolves around discovering her own self-worth and understanding her values. She does have a T-square aspect configuration, which show repeating patterns in her life that can be challenging. Her Neptune is square to both her Sun and South node. The challenge between her Sun and Neptune can show that at times she might experience confusion regarding her identity, purpose, or direction in life. This struggle might involve themes around her sense of identity versus her individuality. With the South node involved, her path forward can seem clouded or uncertain. She might feel stuck at times and unable to move forward. She might even experience identity crisis with her Sun opposing the South node. A tension between her identity and who she is supposed to embody fully versus her tendencies to fall back to old patterns of behavior tied to her past lives. It can also suggest your tendency to modify or adjust your memories regarding past experiences. There might be a sense of idealization or illusion involved with your memories, or this can be a form of escapism and defense mechanism from past wounds or childhood trauma. Your Chiron in Capricorn can indicate wounds surrounding responsibilities or limitations. There might be a feeling of being overburdened by responsibilities or hard work. Maybe she grew up too fast or took on responsibilities at an early age. Chiron square Mercury here might suggest wounds related to speaking out or being heard. Her Chiron is also quincunx to her Venus, which can show lack of affection and nurture, leading to wounds related to love and self-worth. She might have to put extra effort to express her affections in relationships. Her Chiron in Capricorn also urges her to be more grounded, practical, or logical in her approach to love. Her chart has a lot of dynamic energies. Some are difficult and challenging. This type of interplay and tension in her chart makes her interesting, and people can definitely sense that there is more to her than meets the eye. So I think that's all I wanted to talk about in Minji's chart. I'll be back with another member in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.